and Brownie.
It's a podcast bonus.
Hey, everybody, it's Friday. What does it mean?
End of the week, look back, what it was, what it is, what we did, what we didn't. End of the week of getting out of bed with your alarm ringing at your head instead of getting ready for the weekend. Let's go through the week. Little bit of Brownie, little bit of Chrissy. Somewhere in between there's hang next, all three cheap times I'll break. It's Friday!
We put our hands up to the start of the weekend with the cheat sheet of the week.
On Monday, Brownie had news of a player from the NRL who was extremely cheap.
Eels forward Ryan Madison was offered a fine or a 3-week suspension. He's decided go for the suspension. One of his teammates, Aaron Wood, says he's just one of the tightest humans you'll meet.
He is the sort of guy that turns up on a date with a voucher.
Yes. Or a dinner party with a bottle of red. When only half of it's drank, he takes that home with him.
He's a dog.
What's wrong with that?
I was going to say, my mate used to roll up with a six-pack at a party. He'd drink till he couldn't talk, and then he'd leave with a slab.
Chrissy did her best during Mystic Chrissy.
Anita from Frankston. Well, that's weird because I wrote water down before you'd even come on, Anita.
Amazing, Chrissy.
Are you also a water sign? What's your star sign?
I'm Gemini, so no.
Yeah.
You like waterboarding?
Continuing on with Monday, Guy Montgomery was on the show. Who does Have You Been Paying Attention for New Zealand? And he had some interesting information about Sam performing accents.
You haven't been paying attention to Australia tonight. I say that straight because you do the New Zealand version as well.
That's right.
What's the difference between the two, Guy?
Mostly the accent, Sam. And people don't tease me for copulating with farm animals in New Zealand. They're too busy agreeing.
You notice I'll never do that. I never do the New Zealand stereotype, and I never do accents and like that. I just don't find it.
Oh, I saw you doing stand-up on Saturday night. You're doing all sorts of accents. You said take a trip around the world with Sam Payne. No country left untouched.
I've got a map. I've got a map of the world behind me, and I get people to point at it, and then I'll give them the accent.
I'm looking at the show schedule. We've got a gotcha call next.
On Tuesday, we had Councillor Chrissy, and someone's name who I can't remember had a problem, and we tried to solve it.
My problem, Chrissy, is that I'm taking my two nieces to Harry Styles on Friday, the 24th of February.
I can't see any problem so far.
There wasn't a problem until I brought tickets to see Sam Pang and his buddies, which happens to be on the same night.
Well, I'm seeing Harry Styles that night. So.
And Sam had some news on Joe Biden.
Joe Biden has pardoned all federal offences of marijuana.
The Greens are pushing it here to be legalised as well.
Yeah, so that's pretty big. We're trying to remove all those criminal records that lead to barriers for employment and housing and all that sort of stuff. Anthony Albanese has responded, and he has pardoned everyone involved in the real Love Boat.
So we get drunk, so what we smoke weed, we're just having fun, we don't care who sees.
Brownie gave us news of what seemed to be the worst flight in the world.
We're a Love Island UK star, Dami Hope. They're on a Ryanair flight going to Ibiza with a bunch of TikTokers, sponsored by Spotify, for a bit of a party, and it turned into a bit of a party flight, or a boozy flight. And they screamed and chanted. There was a bunch of influencers on the plane.
Oh, wow.
Was Jackie Charles on that plane?
He was.
Does it sound fun to you?
Yeah, getting lit on a plane.
It sounds fun if it went into the ocean.
Lord Mayor Sally Capp went to see a cabaret show for the Melbourne Fringe Festival. Unfortunately, we couldn't stop focusing on one specific thing.
Bernie Dieter's cabaret show at the Spiegel tent at Queen Victoria Market. It's got a whole vibe going on.
There's buzzies?
Well, if there's nudity, it's all of the above and below. It's all of that.
Doesn't want to say buzzies.
Done beautifully, tastefully, done amazingly well, and
It's just the B word.
Look me in the eyes and say buzzies. Do it.
She's gone.
It's buzzies. It's fun. It's so fun, and it's not rude at all.
Say this. Last night at the performance you saw, there were buzzies as far as the eye could see.
The next next day, Brownie read his letter of application for the King of Moomba for our very own Sam Pang, and read out one specific quality that Sam has.
Clearly, charity is a big thing for the council, and Sam has shown over the years to be a huge supporter of many charities. And there was no greater example of this than the 2016 version of Run for the Kids, where Sam decided at late notice to sleep in for the kids instead.
I got drunk and slept in for the kids. John.
Forgotten that.
What a man,
that
John.
was so funny. Sleep in for the kids.
Yesterday, the weather was pretty wild, and of course, we had to talk about it.
We kind of thought about all this weather stuff and going, come on, how bad can it be? Do you know, there's a lot of hyperbole.
We know what rain is.
Yeah, all right, we've seen rain, but we looked at the radar, mate. I've never seen that in my life. Look at that.
Oh my God!
If that was a CAT scan, Brownie, you'd be dead.
Yesterday, Olympia Valance was on the show and Sam paid her a compliment.
I wanted to say too that I just think that the Caulfield Cup could not have had and could not have chosen a better ambassador than you, Olympia.
Oh,
Wow.
supportive.
Well done, Sam.
Doesn't seem right, does it?
You said before we went to air to support you and to not say anything bad, and so there you go.
I
What else do you
really
want from me?
appreciate it.
Yeah, I didn't mean it.
And you're absolutely right.
Yesterday, Tom Gleisner invited us to lunch.
Would you like to come to lunch with me?
Yes, obviously.
No.
Thank you. Correct answer.
This morning, during Home Viewer Quiz, we found out what is the hardest thing on earth.
What's the hardest natural substance on Earth?
Diamonds.
Also have accepted cat's head.
Well, that's it from me. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. I'm out of here. I'll be back Monday, and I'll see you then. Bye!
Chrissy, Sam and Brownie, Ripper Show will be back tomorrow. Chrissy, Sam and Brownie, unless it's a weekend.
Over 100.